Ben?
Yes?
No?
Yeah, you good to go?
Okay,
I'm
thank
rolling.
you. Thanks very much for agreeing to speak to us. Much appreciated.
It's an honor for me, and I'm delighted to be here.
Mr. Harris, most people are aware, or my perception is that most people should be aware that bans don't work. And yet, conservation organizations, NGOs, keep proposing bans to solve problems, whether it's rhino or ivory, it doesn't matter. And we have a clear record that these things don't work. Why do you think they perpetuate the idea of banning something?
I think that bans are easy to militarize, to use weaponry they have to enforce a ban. And then it becomes a game between the enforcers of a ban and the perpetrators of the continuing trade. And I believe that they all fail because they never deal with the demand side of the product. If they want to ban ivory, that's an easy piece of legislation, nearly impossible to enforce because the demand for ivory has not been touched. Nobody has penalized those people who buy it, use it, or deal with it. They don't penalize them. They're going after the poachers, the people at the wrong end of the chain, and that's why they fail, because the people at the wrong end of the chain are going to be incentivized by money. These folks on the demand side, you need more money because we lost the last 7 poachers to the police? No problem, here's the more money. If you start jailing the people who demand the product, then maybe bans would work. But the political atmosphere for doing that is non-existent. There's no political will. Therefore, we take the easy way out and we attack the poachers. And attacking the poachers means police or military forces. Or it's just the same in the United States. We keep saying we build a wall to stop immigration. We activate the U.S. military to stop the illegals. Won't stop it, doesn't change it. They're smarter, quicker, more adaptive because the incentive to come into the United States is so strong, and the penalties for coming in and getting caught are nothing. They send them home. Big deal.
Okay. Start again, please.
Yes, rolling.
One often reads reports that the proceeds of wildlife crime fund terrorism. Now, I have certainly never been able to make that linkage. What do you think the purpose is for that linkage being proposed in the media?
It's perpetuated by the politicians who want to add a dimension to the political will to change wildlife. I'll give you a perfect example. Dan Ash had been the director of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, a minor agency within the Department of Interior, but the lead U.S. agency with regard to wildlife issues abroad. The head, Dan Ash, of the Fish and Wildlife Service wanted to be Secretary of the Interior, who would be the boss of Fish and Wildlife Service, or Deputy Secretary, because he didn't have a lot of political clout, under Mrs. Clinton's administration. So he proposed a number of changes in the law that would affect American ivory collectors as a way of showing her that he supported what Chelsea Clinton demanded as head of the Clinton Foundation. She became, Chelsea, head of the Clinton Foundation, and all out of the blue, she becomes the great protector of the elephant. Well, he is going to support Chelsea and signal her mother that he is on the team. So he makes these changes, which has an enormous economic impact on the members of my organization, the Ivory Education Institute, and we take strong umbrage at what they are about to do, and it has no impact. But we, the Ivory Education Institute, because Mrs. Clinton, as Secretary of State, said that poaching, ivory poaching, was funding terrorist groups. So we paid an African PhD expert in poaching matters a large fee to write a report and say, is this a fact? Can we trace it? And his conclusion was, of all the terrorist groups operating in Africa, he found one connection, but it was such a minutial aspect of their budget that it couldn't have an impact. But it sounded, oh, you want to stop terrorism? Stop elephant killing. Ludicrous, because there is no proof. But the animal rights groups continue. The number of poached elephants has decreased since 2013 every year. They're still using the same fraudulent numbers they invented, 96 per day. The piece of legislation in California to ban ivory was called AB, Assembly Bill 96. The linkage between the name. And I said to the sponsor of the bill, can you prove there are 96? And I developed a chart and said, you know, if you kill 96 elephants a day, how much ivory that is? You're talking about a cross for every Christian in the world every year. Can you show me a shop selling that many Christian crosses, people wearing them? It's a dumb number. There is no logic. Doesn't matter. Who cares for logic? When you say stop elephant poaching, advertisements on the internet, on television, stop ivory elephant poaching. 96 per day. Oh my goodness. But it's nowhere close. And worse, within the 96 per day, 36,000 a year, is always the animals that die of natural causes, the animals that die in combat, the animals that are culled legally. But who knows? It's a nice number, 96 per day.
Stop, please.